Richard Schlesinger spoke to Anne-Marie Green earlier about this report.
One of the strange things about this story is that 20 years later, there are still so many unanswered questions. And the first one is, did he know Versace?
Right.
Some people think he did. Some people insist he did not. It strikes a lot of people as odd that he would have gone all that way. Cunanan, started in San Diego, and that he would have come all that way just to target Gianni Versace. But, you heard the profiler. She said he was targeted. So there's still this, 20 years later, there's still this debate about that.
And I remember when this happened, and what you were also struck by was that there were these other victims who weren't as famous, and there just seemed to be no real connection. We know now that at least 2 of those victims were his friends. But what do we know about all the victims?
Well, the 2 victims in Minneapolis, Jeff Trail and David Madsen, were his friends, to the extent that this guy had friends. The Chicago victim was called Lee Miglin. Nobody can establish a connection between the 2 of them, except, again, it seems odd that he would have picked him, and there's some other, just the way the murder was committed indicates that there was some personal connection. But, nothing's known for sure. The 4th victim, William Reese, was killed at random because Cunanan needed a truck.
Wow.
He took his truck, and actually it was that truck that led police to link Cunanan to the head of to the murder of Versace. So it's a complicated story. There are a lot of unanswered questions 20 years on, and I remember, we covered this when it happened.
Yeah.
And we're asking the same questions now that we were asking back then.
Isn't that something?
It almost never happens.
Yeah.
So it's still as interesting a story now as it was when it first happened.
It definitely is. Well, he was a very interesting man, Gianni Versace, a big personality and very influential on the fashion industry with that signature style.
What's interesting, I didn't know that because I'm not as you can tell.
You're a stylish guy.
Well, I do my best. But designers today, Tim Gunn told me this, that designers today still identify with Versace. They tell him, I'm inspired by Versace with this element or that element. There's one of those designers on the broadcast who's really interesting. I just found it remarkable that 20 years later, people are still looking to this guy. So he was really, he was an important fellow.